in talking to those who are, have been displaced or who, have, been lost, that, remembering that spirit exists around us, that spirit is in the land, acknowledging the land is a way to connect with that you may have felt lost, but you're not. The ancestors and the memory of the land still exists around you, and connecting to that, and however you can, is a way to embrace those things for yourself.
Question to a Navajo grandma about what is the greatest insult in your life, and her response was for my relatives to act as if they didn't have any relatives. And so to know that we are all related, to be mindful when you go into those spaces, to ask respectfully, what can I do and what can I help? And in all the teachings of our elders, that is one of the deepest lessons, that as you ask the question to end our panel discussion, Ellison, about all of these movements, that we must all be mindful that we are all related, and we must show love and respect and compassion, because we're all human beings and we're all different, but each deserves to be loved and respected and to be shown compassion. Thank you.
Remembering that, don't let white guilt disable you from doing anything, and don't be super, super white by talking about how white you know what I mean? It's like, we got work to do, and you guys are spending hours and hours and hours of valuable time you have on this earth. Just trying to go through all that. I'm not saying don't do that. Please do that. Those are important things, and it takes it off the shoulders of people of color who have had those conversations 8,000 times and will have them for the rest of their lives, and they really don't want to, but they are, because that's like your job when you're out there in the public spaces. Tell me about Native Americans. Never heard of one before. Huh? Or I'm part Cherokee on my mother's side, and you're like, no, you're not, but okay, cool. That kind of thing. I would say, do the education, like Regis just said, do the actual work of figuring out what's going on in a community rather than working from the outside in. And I'm just going to import my whole strategy and, what I think is the best thing. That's not how a community works. It's never a unilateral relationship, and you're not going to get nearly as far and support nearly as well as you could than if you listen to the actual people of that community and of that space. And, if there was a question earlier about being white presenting, and people of color come in all different shades, right? And I think what's being said, or what has been said throughout this conversation, is the importance of kinship, and what it means to be part of a community. It's not a one-way street, it's a two-way road, right? And that means, it's not only that I claim my people, it's that my people claim me, and that I've done the work to figure that out, or I've found the ways to at least, feed that part of my spirit. I know there is no contest of being the most Indian or the most ally or the most whatever, right? Like, we're all just people, we're all pitiful, and we're trying to figure our way through this life. But yeah, being humble, I guess, would be the last thing. Just try your hardest to be humble, and recognize that maybe you've been in a lot of spaces that felt comfortable for you that weren't maybe so comfortable for other people that have not had access to those spaces and places at all.